grandmother's teacups. My grandmother's teacups are delicate things. Royal Albert bone china from England. This one is patterned in red and yellow roses, rimmed with gold leaf. The handle looks like an elf's ear, and like Cinderella's slipper, could only fit the appendage of the most civilized of ladies, a princess. My grandmother and the title princess are about as unrelated as a chicken fried steak and a crumpet. Grandmother Rose came from hardy Midwestern stock, one of 5 daughters and 2 sons, born and raised near Dallas, Texas, in the early 1900s. Being the oldest girl, grandmother learned early on the necessities of cooking, sewing, gardening, washing clothes, ironing, babysitting, and keeping a large household going on a shoestring budget. Setting up her own home on the family property with her new husband Joe was easy and natural. She continued to sew all of her own clothes, grow and can the fruits and vegetables they ate, and refine her home cooking to an art. 3 hot meals were always served at grandmother's house, accompanied by the ever-present Southern favorite, sugar-laced iced tea. Somewhere along the line, grandmother began to acquire a set of teacups and saucers, beautiful delicate cups of bone china from England. Each cup and its matching saucer was unique and lovingly displayed in a polished wooden hutch in her dining room. Amidst the plastic food containers, the 2 extra-large freezers crammed with the summer's harvest of fruits and vegetables, overalls hanging on a peg, granddad's dusty work boots, and grandmother's orthotic, witchy-looking black lace tie-up shoes sitting near the kitchen door. Amidst all of that, there those teacups sat, high up, like on a throne, like royalty. Beautiful, refined, fancy, aloof. I never saw my grandmother use one of them. They were like treasures, too precious to expose to the common vagaries and dangers of human imperfection. Perhaps to my grandmother, the teacups and saucers represented an ideal of cultured decency, the grandeur of well-mannered living, whether one lived in a farmhouse or a palace. In my childish heart, my grandmother's teacups were beautiful, just like her, and always linked to the delicate, lovely essence of her name, Rose. My mother Fran inherited the set of teacups when her mother passed. Though our kitchen was very small, Mom set aside the narrow cupboard above the stove for the cups and saucers. Small brass hooks were installed in the cupboard's ceiling so that the cups could hang down from their delicate handles, with their matching saucers sitting below. It was an enchanting sight. Always trying to be as unlike her mother as possible, my mom used those cups regularly, every Thursday night when her ladies' bridge group came over to our house. My mom was an avid coffee drinker, again unlike her mother. But when it was bridge night and the cups and saucers were called into service, my mom would put the kettle on and make tea. There were 2 china teapots included in the collection. I wondered how such delicate vessels could be made to perform such a common task as steeping and pouring out hot tea. Shouldn't they just stay up in the cupboard with the cups on display, like at my grandmother's house? Admired, protected, revered, standing for something higher than providing the neighborhood bridge ladies with a casual sip of tea while they played cards and gossiped in our tiny living room. When my mom passed, the teacups came to me. I bought a beautiful china hutch made of maple, with grooved shelves and hanging hooks customized to display cups and saucers. there those Royal Albert beauties sat. As an amalgam of qualities and beliefs of both my mother and my grandmother, I displayed the cups reverently and also sometimes called them into service. On those occasions, when a friend with an appreciation for lovely things came to visit, I would pull out a pair of cups and saucers and we would share some herbal tea together. As the years passed and my life circumstances changed, the cups and saucers were carefully wrapped in tissue paper and bubble wrap and packed in cardboard boxes. Wherever life took me, so too came the cups. I stored them on closet shelves, in storage spaces, out in garages, up in attics. For the past 9 years, I have been rooted in the same house. The cups and saucers have been unpacked, unwrapped, and once again displayed, though not in a place of honor and reverence, but rather on a dusty, neglected shelf in the room I don't go into much. There they sit, unused, up high, like royalty, still beautiful, refined, fancy, aloof. When my grown-up daughter came to visit last year, she saw the cups and saucers sitting on the shelf above her bed, in the room I don't go into much. She asked if she might choose one to take home with her. I was stunned, for she has said no to every heirloom I have ever offered her over the years. Perhaps there is a princess nestled somewhere in our matrilineal line, just waiting for, just needing a set of Royal Albert bone china teacups and their matching saucers to remind us of her presence. Thank you.